Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Dano. I'm here to make a continuation video um, to my first video about Native Americans being black. Um, this is on my Flickr account that I had since 2007, or yeah, I had since 2007. So it's been 9 years. It's crazy, ain't it? Time flies. But it's been 9 years since I had this account, and I uploaded these photos not too long after making this account. I think I may have uploaded these photos probably like a year later or something. But these are photos. I don't know if you can find these online anymore, but these are ancient murals of the Aztecs. You can still find these. You can still find these paintings when you go to museums down in Mexico. No, I believe these are the Mayans. My bad. I think these are Mayans. But as you can see, they're black. They're black people with braided hair. Yeah, these are very, very old photos I have. Well, I uploaded these like years ago. Like I said, back in 2007. But anyways, these are people of the Bible being portrayed as being black because history shows that Jesus and the people, Dinosaur King. Why do I have this photo on there? The people of the Bible were black. I mean, history shows that. Artifacts show that. It's funny because, I heard this saying before. The farther you go back in history, the more and more they dig, and the farther and farther they go back in history, the more they find out that the world was black. All the old rulers, and of course this is Caesar Borgia. They're showing how. A lot of people like to compare him to. To Jesus because he was actually the model that they use to make the modern day Jesus, and I believe that's Brother Paul. I'm not sure. No, that's Saint Nicholas. Everybody know who he is. Well, at least they know his pagan name that they gave him, Santa Claus. Gave his brother surrounded his name with paganism. It's sad. But anyway, so to the Native Americans, here are the photos. And I'm going to put this in a link below. I'm going to put them in the link. I have a damn stink bug outside my window. But anyways, I'm going to put these links below. I was actually in the process of uploading the photos again because I thought I had lost these photos. But I'm still going to upload the new photos, or at least the photos that I didn't upload, because there's more photos. There's more photos than these that are very good, that show great detail of the Native Americans being black. And I believe these were Plains Indians. Some of them were Iroquois Indian. I'm not sure exactly, but I know that most of these were Plains Indians, like the Sauks. I think that's how it's pronounced, with Dakota, and just a lot of Native Americans from the Plains. And as you can see in my video, and it's funny because I meant to say this in the last video. Let me pause my video real quick because I have to get something. Okay, so I'm back. I just had to pull up a Google search. It's funny because when you Google the name Carl Bartom, I think it's Bartom, who was a Swiss painter who did all these paintings, did the water colors. And of course I have the information of him on here, so you can check it out. The stuff that I read, I had already uploaded this years ago. But the point I wanted to make was that if you type in his name and you look at his photos, you will see his photos. If anybody, I wanted, you people, you probably know about iconoclasm. That's basically when you deface a picture or a photo. It can even happen to carving, statues, stuff like that. And it's to deface them or either try to make them in the likeness of somebody else. And it's sad because these were only taken about 200 something years ago. This was taken, I think, in the earlier mid 1800s. These watercolors, and already within 200 years, they changed they perform iconoclasm on his photos. Now, like I said, if you type in Carl Bartom, I don't know how, I'm sorry, I can't pronounce his name. You will find these type of pictures, and it is sad. It is sad. And there's museums where you can go and see these pictures where they lie to the people and, present them these fake, obviously whitewashed photos of the Native Americans that Carl Bodmer, that's his name, Bodmer, painted. I mean, look at this. You can even tell. Look at the guy's lips, all that stuff. It's funny because when you want to tell if a person is bleaching for real, you should look at their lips, because their lips can tell it all, and around the lip area. But look at this. Compared to the actual real photo, isn't that sad? That is sad. That racism is that deep. It's funny because I was showing my cousin the other day a video about how, and it was a special done on Fox about how CNN, I'm not CNN, but basically the powers that be, the government and stuff like that, tried to hide black relevance and importance here in the United States. During the Revolutionary War, there was a lot of blacks who actually won wars and were the heroes of a lot of battles and wars. Well, battles, I'm going to say, and helped win the Revolutionary War. Yet, in the paintings, they portrayed them as being slaves when these guys were very important and held very important positions in the army. I mean, some of these guys were like leaders, generals, stuff like that. You can read this in books. But it's funny that you have to dig so much to find black history, even here in the United States. And I told my cousin, I was like, you see, this only happened within the past couple hundred years, where they're defacing black people. It's funny because even some of the photos of the guys, the black important guys, they were even, like, to this day, you can find photos of them trying to make these guys look white. They were chasing these black guys, these black war heroes, into white guys. So I can just imagine what's going to happen in another 200 years, 300 years if society continues on, because 200, 300 years from now, Kobe, Michael Jordan, all of them are going to be white guys. This is going to be crazy. But this happened not too long ago, and they performed iconoclasm and, hide a lot of history. So I told my cousin, if that happens now, just imagine what happened back then when blacks used to rule Europe. It's funny because a lot of whites, especially uneducated, racist whites down on YouTube, they will tell you when you see a picture of a Moor that he was a slave. But when you actually go back and read books, and books written by white people, because white people, they don't like to trust anything made by a black person. A black person can never be right to them. So when they read books about white people, they usually shut up and they don't answer you after that. Where they talk about, a lot of blacks ruling Europe. There's even old portraits that are hundreds of years old that are from like the 1500s of the black. She was like a black. What was she? She was an empress of the Roman Empire. You can find these portraits in the museums. If historians are honest, they will tell you that blacks ruled Europe. Just like they will tell you that Native Americans were black, especially when you confront them with the truth, the evidence and stuff like that. But anyways, just look at this. It's sad. It is real sad that they do this stuff. And they got other pictures of Carl Bottom. This one's just like the worst out of all of them that I've seen. This one isn't too bad. And you can tell it's a copy because these are from the actual... Because what happened after Carl Bodmer died, he was... all his paintings, because when he initially went on the expedition, he went for a prince called Prince Maximilian Wade, or the Prince Maximilian of Wade. He was a part of the royal German family. And after they finished the expeditions, what happened was people had made copies of it or whatever. Like back then, I'm not sure how long ago they did. But Prince Maximilian's family took the actual watercolors and they stored them in their, in their palace somewhere. I don't know where the hell they store these things out. But it was just only, and the book actually tells you this. This actual book travels to the interiors of North America. It was just only in the 1960s or 70s where they actually pulled the watercolors back out, and the people who published this book, copied the photos of that was in the watercolors, the actual watercolors. So that's why these are accurate. They'll tell you, they give you the credentials of these photos and everything, that they're legit. And even at the time, even to this day, this book is accredited as being the most accurate depiction of the Native Americans. So, yeah, you can't trust this other crap. It's sad. I mean, this guy still looks pretty black, and it's funny because I don't have the photo of this dude on my I don't have him on my thing, because there was a lot of photos I didn't upload, but I don't have him in here. But I'm gonna upload him soon. Yeah, but I mean, it's sad. It's really sad that they do this stuff. There's a couple other photos. I mean, this guy didn't do too bad, but it looked like he probably came from like one of the early copies that they had back when, you know, printing technology wasn't that great. But here he is right here. Yeah, so it wasn't that bad. And you can see the skin tone. This one, it looks so much more even, and this one is just, I mean, it's not bad. It still shows him as being black, but, and then this one, she was lighter, even in my book, but she wasn't, I don't think she was that light. And then him, he looks a little bit lighter in this. Yeah, I don't have that guy. Let me go back, and this dude, here he is. See, he's much darker. And see, you can see the black war paint. You can see the red right there. You can see where his skin color is. And it's funny because I remember years ago when I saw this video about Native Americans being black, a lot of the people on there, whites, non-blacks, maybe even blacks too, because it'd be blacks to be hating, saying that these Native Americans were tanned. Now it's funny because when you actually read this book, these photos were taken during the fall and during the winter, because when he started off, when he first got here, it was like fall, and when he made it to the southwestern area, like, he went southwest and then he went northwest. He went to like the Dakotas area, and when he got there, it was like late fall, early winter, and I think he even got stuck somewhere during the winter. So yeah, tan lines, all that shit. And when you look at their skin, you know, that's why I made emphasis in one video. When you look at their skin, you don't see no tan lines. You don't see none of that. You know, they try to say it's tan lines. No. These guys are not, and nobody tans this damn well. Nobody. You have to already be that damn dark. And if you notice, all these people who are from different tribes, from different areas, are all around the same color. Of course, there are some who are light-skinned because, like the book says, they were mixing, and I think that's that information right there. They mix with whites, but even with the lighter-skinned ones, their skin tone is even. You know, it's not, you don't see no darker spots or tan lines. No, it's even, just like these dark-skinned ones. Yeah, but you can read all about that in there. And it's funny because when I show these photos to Native Americans, like, you know, Native Americans on YouTube and on the internet, they stop responding. Like, they'll talk to me until I say, hey, check out this video, this is what your people used to look like, stuff like that. They stop responding, and it's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, it's sad at the same time too. Yeah, so you can go through all this. I actually thought I lost these until today, because I was just about to upload. I reactivated my Flickr account. Well, I didn't reactivate it because I always had this email, but I don't really use Yahoo or like that. But I could not find it anywhere. I couldn't find my account or nothing. I tried Google the pictures, couldn't find nothing. But now, since I'm about to upload the photos again, I had just got done scanning some of the pictures. I'll go upload them, and here they are. But there's still more photos that I'm gonna upload though. So yeah, look at that. These guys are basically the same complexion as I am, dark skin. There's no way you can get around it, man. And it's funny because, you know, people try to make it seem like Native Americans look the same everywhere. They didn't. And some of even in this book, they mentioned that there were Native Americans with curly hair. Like, like he was holding back when he wrote this. When he wrote in his memoirs, Prince Wade, he was talking about there was Native Americans with coarse hair. He was talking about the description Specifically about this guy, he's a Missouri Indian. He was talking about the Missouri men are handsome men, and he was talking about their nose, and just other features that they had and stuff like that. And when you look at Carl Bodmer's other work, you will see that there's Native Americans with curly hair and afros and stuff like that. So, people try to say that Native Americans weren't black, but they were. They were another. I mean, look at this guy's hair. His hair is curlier. His hair is straight, but it's curly. You could tell that his hair is coarse. And they also say Native American men didn't have facial hair. That's not true. Some of them did have facial hair. Look at this guy. And he's a chief, I believe. Yeah, the chief of the Punkas. Or I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I think it's Punkas. But yeah, they looked all different ways. And we know that there were tribes out there in California that had afros. Like, actually had afros. I think they were called the Khalifas. And they were documented to have afros. And what people fail to realize is that, you hear all these theories of what they could be and what they couldn't be. Me personally, I know what they are. I know that they're the missing tribes of Israel. That's what they are. People can say what they want. They're going to deny it. When you read the Bible, it is so clear with the prophecy and the things that befell Native Americans. And it's clear. And then just this right here links it up. See, most people can't believe that Native Americans were Israelites, were black Israelites, because most people don't know that Native Americans were black. Now when you see that they were black, it makes so much more sense that these people could have came from us. And what a lot of people don't understand is that many races used to be black. I'm not saying that all black people are African. That's not the thing. I'm not saying that all black people stem from Africa, because African Americans don't even stem from Africa. And when you read books, oh my God, there's a lot of good books out there. You will know that blacks have been here. Like African American blacks have been here. Jamaican blacks have been here. Haitian blacks, Dominican blacks, blacks of the Americas have been here way longer than whites did. And what happened was when we got defeated and conquered in Europe, they came over here to the States and they defeated and conquered us over here, and they put us into slavery. And what all people need to realize is that not all blacks went into slavery. There were free blacks. There were Native Americans that owned blacks. There was blacks that owned Native Americans. There was blacks that owned blacks. There was blacks that owned whites. A lot of people don't know that in the 1700s, whites being owned by blacks was illegal. During like the 1750s or something like that. Johnny Depp's great grandmother was the one who started that whole thing, because she was a mulatto. Her dad was white, her mom was black. Her dad was an indentured servant, her mom was a slave. And basically, when you're an indentured servant and you go free, all your kids are supposed to go free too. And that didn't happen because she was half black. So after that, they changed the laws. They changed the laws to where blacks could no longer own white slaves. Blacks could still own black slaves after that, but nobody could own white slaves. Native Americans couldn't own white slaves. That's when racial became real. That's when slavery became real racial back then. Basically, nobody could own white slaves. That's basically what it changed to. Because they wanted to make sure that everybody else stayed slaves. If you were 1/4 black, 1/8 black, if you were half black, half Native American, whatever, you were still going to be a slave. And a lot of people don't understand that in South Carolina they enslaved thousands of slaves. I read this back when I was in high school in my history class, and there's even books where you can still read that to this day. I forget the name of these Native American brothers, but they were sold into slavery by another tribe that had defeated them, and it was thousands of them. And it's funny because then later on, that tribe that sold them into slavery went into slavery. So live by the sword, die by the sword. But anyways, there's no way you can deny this. I still have the photos up, and it's sad. It's really sad when Native Americans, modern day Native Americans, deny this stuff. I mean, it's hilarious because they don't want to be black. They don't want to be black. I mean, Black people don't even want to be black. Nobody wants to be black because they see that as the bottom of the totem pole. But when you look back in history, because there are, I'm not saying that everybody's like that. There are some Native Americans who do take pride in being black. I only came across like a few of them when they find out their true history. And it's funny because I'm not sure how it is out there, but the few Native Americans I have talked to, some of them already know this crap. Like, they know that their ancestors were black, but they just don't talk about it. Or they don't teach it to the kids and stuff. It's weird. But also Hispanics, when they find out their true history and stuff like that, they embrace it. But some of them are so stuck in the system. It's sad. It really is. Same thing with blacks. Stuck in the system. It's sad. But yeah, here's some of the information if you want to read it. This is just some of the stuff that I read in my other video. Yeah, you can buy this. Excuse me. You can buy this book for like about, I think it's around $40. I don't know. The prices fluctuate every time I see it. I check like every couple months, just in case if I want to refer the book to somebody. I want to at least know what the price is. But yeah, man. I mean, I don't know what else I can say. But yeah, definitely buy this book. This book is a wealth of information. There's other books out there by, I'm not sure if it's by Prince Maximilian of Wade, but I know that Carl Bodmer, he got other books out there, well, at least books with his work in it out there, because he didn't just only paint the Native Americans. This book is like, there's like a couple hundred pages in this book. This book is very thick, but of course not only got the pictures with the Native Americans, he has like landscape, and all this other stuff in there that's really cool and nice to look at. But yeah, you got Carl Bodmer right there. Bodmer. Yeah. And I think I even uploaded some of the pictures of the light skin. I probably didn't, but I'm gonna upload them on soon. So y'all won't be thinking I'm acting funny and just showing the dark skinned ones, but they were black until they started mixing. That was one of the reasons. If you read his little memoirs of Prince Maximilian, the reason why he wanted to come over here was because they were being fed a bunch of different disinformation. The paintings were coming back of them being white. That's why you see the infamous photo of Pocahontas looking like a damn white woman. Yeah, and he wanted it because they were being killed off, and he was afraid that they were going to be extinct before he wanted to go over there and take memoirs and, portraits of them before they became extinct, because he was afraid that they were going to be extinct at some point. And they almost got to that point. They were almost at that point to where they were going to be extinct. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Take care.